Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hello, hello. The sun is shining. Woohoo! If you can and are able and willing, will you please stand and sing with us? Lyrics are in your bulletin program thing with the words. Nice to see you all.
Well, good morning. Welcome to the Portland Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Bridget McCann, the Senior Minister and Spiritual Director here, and it's my pleasure to welcome you. And I just want to say that song, you are indeed a blessing, each and every one of you. I know you're a blessing to me because you lift me up every Sunday morning when we get to gather here. So thank you for that. We are a center for spiritual living, part of a worldwide organization with over 400 communities throughout the world. And we are all about teaching a spirituality and spiritual practices to lift us up, to lift up our neighbors, and to lift up our world. So indeed, you are a blessing. Thank you for being here. I'm going to turn it over now to licensed spiritual practitioner Catherine Richer, who will share some announcements and then lead us in time of prayer in silence. Thank you, Catherine.
It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. Thank you. Yes, I am Catherine Richer. My pronouns are she and her, and it's an honor to be with you today. A special welcome to anyone who is here for the first time. We're happy to have you. In person and in our virtual community space, we welcome you here and we presence you here. We do have welcome packets in the back of the sanctuary that looks something like this. And the information in this packet is also available on our website for our global community at cslportland.org. And both of them have information about who we are, what we stand for, and how we might serve you. On our website, you can also sign up for informational weekly emails, register for classes, and even receive a free gift on your birthday. Just a quick reminder at this time to please silence your cell phones or any other things that might beep that you don't want them to beep during the service, so that we can be fully present here. And also just a reminder that to keep our, we can still call it new. We'll call it new forever. Our new carpet. Please, no food or drink in the sanctuary except for plain water in clear bottles with a lid. If you have something else, you can place it in the community space room until the service is over. So thank you for honoring that. Wednesday night is our every week online meditation at 7 o'clock. The Zoom link is on the website. There are positions open on our board of directors. Applications are being accepted through our website through February 22nd, which is a mere week away. And the applications are forwarded to our nominating committee, which is Reverend Bridget, Bo Hooker, and Rev Barb Wiest. So if you'd like to serve in this very important way and fun way, then we welcome you to consider applying for that position. A brand new announcement, there's going to be a day-long retreat for our community at Camp Cedar Ridge. Yes, this will be on May 2nd, which is a Saturday. So stay tuned for more information, and it'll be up on our website soon. This will be open to everybody. You can come, bring your family, bring friends, teens and up. And so please save that date. Again, that is May 2nd, which is going to be here sooner than we know it. Today, our licensed practitioners, Nadine Moeller and Doc Wilson, are serving on High Watch. They are holding a sacred container of consciousness in the sanctuary and for our spiritual community that participates virtually. Today, our special music features our special music director, Ari Harris. Most likely our community singers. Yes. And our Friends Band with us for 20 plus years. Thank you so much to the Friends Band. This really helps bring a musical essence to uplift and upbolster the words and everything else that we co-create here for this beautiful service. Including the flowers, which are courtesy of Marcia Hudson. So thank you, Marcia, for this beauty. And now, let's just dive right in. I invite you to sit back and relax, because I know that somewhere between this beautiful spiritual community, the music, the meditation, and the message is exactly what your heart came to receive.
Come to earth taken birth? Why have you come to love, serve and remember, to love, serve and remember. Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, serve and remember, 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 to love, serve and remember.
I invite you to place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on top of your left hand. And feel the gratitude for your heartbeat. And it is this gratitude flowing from the heart, from my heart, that I speak this word, knowing that there is only one power, one presence, and one infinite intelligence. It is the power that lights up the suns and sets our heart to their pulse. It is the presence that is never an absence, for it is the life force itself, the source of all that there is, all of the energy expressing in all of form and changing form eternally. It is the perfect pattern of all of life, the spiral of the shells and the galaxies. That perfect pattern that we are made of and in. Everything is an expression of that one love, that flame that is the very center of the universe. And that center is everywhere, encompassing everything in its fullness, including everyone within the sound of my voice, including me. And so I speak for everyone. Speak this word. Call it forth. Call forth that love, that knowing of love, that we are forms of love's desire born, that we are spun from stardust into life, to love and to be loved, to know love with every fiber of our being, our heart, mind, and our souls. And as we do this, there is a conviction that love leads the way. There is a faith that goes beyond hope, that is an absolute knowing that when we stand in love, when we live in love, when we are lit up by love, that it definitely, absolutely, unfailingly leads the way. We bathe ourselves in this love at the very center of our being. And so with heartfelt gratitude, I release this word into that unconditional law of love that always says yes. My beloved, and you are my beloved. It is my joy and my desire and my passion to give that unto you, which is your heart's desire, for ours are one and the same. I simply let this be, and we allow it to be by saying together, and so it is. So with your hands remaining on your heart, I invite you to feel this deeply beyond the mind into your very being.
A great time to celebrate Black history, and we are doing that as a Center for Spiritual Living by viewing the videos that our friends at CSL Dallas made. That community a few years ago did the great work that I'm sure took many hours of researching the Black history within our teaching, Science of Mind. And then they made a series of 4 videos. Each one is only a few moments long. So each Sunday this month, we are going to watch one of them. We are in part 3 of 4, celebrating Black history within Centers for Spiritual Living. Thank you to all the folks at CSL Dallas who brought us this great work of love.
Los Angeles and a famous singer.
It's God didn't make little green apples, it don't rain. Indianapolis in the summertime.
You might recognize this song in this deep, sultry singing
There's
voice.
no such thing as Dr. Seuss, no Disneyland. Mother Goose is no nursery.
Here's a little known Black history science of mind fact. Some of you might know that Founders Church of Religious Science opened in Los Angeles in 1960. But do you know it was designed by a black man? Ernest Holmes asked Paul Revere Williams, the first African American admitted to the American Institute of Architects, to sketch an idea for the building in 1957. Williams produced a sketch of an elliptical circle, and Holmes liked what he saw. To Holmes, the sketch was the perfect symbol for wholeness, unity, the unending and all-inclusive power of love. Williams designed many landmark buildings in Los Angeles, including the iconic LAX Airport Terminal. He was later named a Fellow by the American Institute of Architects, a high honor for his outstanding achievements. Another science of mind Black history fact also involves Los Angeles and a famous singer.
It's God didn't make little green apples, it don't rain. Indianapolis in the summertime.
You might recognize this song in this deep, sultry singing
There's no
voice.
such thing as Dr. Seuss, no Disneyland. Mother Goose is no nursery rhyme.
1969's best song, Grammy Award winner for Little Green Apples, celebrated vocalist O.C. Smith.
And when myself is feeling low, I think about a face aglow and ease my mind.
The talented Smith experienced several career highs that only the best musical dreams are made of. But even though Little Green Apples hit number 2 on the Billboard charts and sold more than 1 million records, the former vocalist for phenomenal band leader Count Basie knew deep down there was something more. Smith told an interviewer, "After the music success I had, I was still searching for something and didn't know what it was. I kept looking outside of myself, not realizing the reaching is in the soul, not outside." His life gained new purpose in 1980 when he and his wife Robbie Golson discovered Science of Mind. Introduced by Dr. Joseph Murphy of Laguna Beach, Smith finally heard what he had believed for so long. God as a metaphysical entity, one with all, belonging in each of us, and uniting us if we wish to see the Almighty. Inspired by the powerful spiritual principles he internalized, Smith even started explaining the metaphysical meanings of songs during his concerts. Profoundly struck by Science of Mind, Smith gave up his music career to study divinity, and in 1985, Dr. O.C. Smith became pastor of the City of Angels Science of Mind Center in Los Angeles.
We must recognize beauty right where we are. That's why Dr. Ernest Holmes said, "There is not a spot where God is not."
He gained a reputation for mixing jazz with storytelling and for being a loving force of financial support to single-parent households, low-income families, and foster children. The church's City of Angels Foundation also provided dozens of scholarships to help students attend colleges across the nation. Dr. O.C. Smith and Paul Revere Williams, Black evolutionaries in Science of Mind.
shout out for the tall people around my house. My husband is tall man. Tall man, can you come get that? This is a song written by Rickie, Byars, Beckwith, and Michael Beckwith called Use Me. I hope you enjoy. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that's mine to do. I used to think that God was the sun. Well, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the sea and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that's mine to do. Guide my hands in all that I do. Guide my life, and I'll live in truth. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that's mine to do. And God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light as me, and as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that's mine to do. Show me all that's mine to do. Show me all that's mine to do. Thank you. Thank you for singing with me.
right. Thank you, Ari. Thank you to our community singers, Kristen and Marcy and the band, Ken, Jim, and Don. Thank you so much. And to our tech team for persevering. So how many in the last few days or so have felt some sort of fear about something? Okay, good. I'm not the only one. There seems to be so many things that can cause us fear. Just some of them might be fear about the economy and what it means for our own financial well-being, fear of illness and pain, fear of dying alone, fear of failure, fear related to increasing global instability and the rise of fascism and authoritarianism. And for many of us, women, people of color, queer folk, immigrants, refugees, the fear of being erased. And children and young adults are not immune to this fear. Many of them are afraid of global climate change and what it means for the earth and life on earth, what it's going to mean for their children. Many children today in this country are afraid that when they come home at the end of the day from school, their parents will not be there. And children all over this country and their parents live with the fear of school shootings. A friend of mine has a young daughter in first grade, and she shared with her daddy that she likes fire drills. Those are fun. Active shooter drills, those are not fun. She explained to her daddy that we have to hide under our desk. We have to be very still. And most importantly, the teacher says, don't say a word. Don't make a sound until that voice comes on the PA and lets you know it's safe to come out. Those are scary, Daddy. And to all these fears, some people unfortunately live with this old concept of a punishing God. Some God out there that's kind of watching your every move and keeping track, keeping score, and most likely you will not live up. And that this same God will condemn you to a not pleasant, everlasting life hereafter. No wonder so many of them feel hopeless and inferior and like I'm never good enough. And a lot of people that feel that way turn that on to other people out of some misguided attempt to alleviate their own sense of inferiority. And then all that does is take us further and further from the true divine ideas of love and harmony. All these fears that we live with. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wrote in his sermon, Antidotes for Fear. Now, remind you, this is in the early 60s, but I think these words still resonate today. In these days of catastrophic change and calamitous uncertainty, is there any man who does not experience the depression and bewilderment of crippling fear, which, like a nagging hound of hell, pursues our every footstep? Almost without being aware of the change, many people have permitted fear to transform the sunrise of love and peace into a sunset of inner depression. This from a man who faced fears that most of us cannot even imagine. Daily threats against himself and his family, the bombing of his home when his family was in it, many unjustified imprisonments, and his words, racial annihilation. And yet, this man carried on to, as the song says, and Ari sang for us, to let God use him in spite of his fears, very real fears. So how did he do it? How did he go forth and be what he knew he was meant to be in spite of the fear? Well, we turn today to that sermon of his, Antidotes for Fear, for lessons and inspiration on how to overcome our fear and carry on. First, he tells us that we need to examine our fears. Now, fear is a natural part of life. It's our natural alarm system. It is there to keep us safe. So we don't want to entirely do away with fear. We need it to survive. Fear is also a great causative or creative agent. After all, it's the fear of darkness that led humans to discover electricity and eventually invent the light bulb. It's the fear of pain and illness that has led to so many incredible advances in medicine. And it is the fear that we might be alone in the cosmos that has led to space exploration. So fear is good in many ways. Now that said, some fear is just completely nonsense. Jerry Seinfeld, the comedian, said, according to most studies, people's number one fear is public speaking. Number two is death. Death is number two. Does that make sense? This means to the average person, if you go to a funeral, you're better off in the casket than giving the eulogy. Yeah, so we need to take a close look at our fears and examine them. As Dr. King says, let us remember that more often than not, fear involves the misuse of the imagination. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, said the only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. It is a product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not at present and may not ever exist. So yes, we need to take a look at our fear. Now, how might we do that? Dr. King doesn't tell us how to do this, but I have a couple ideas. Have a conversation with it. Like seriously, have a conversation with the fear. Ask it questions like, are you real? Like, are you pointing to a real danger, or are you just something that my mind's making up? Why are you here? Where do you come from? This kind of conversation with our fear will illuminate those fears that are nonsense and irrational. And very often, once identified as irrational, we find that they evaporate. Go, oh, I can let that one go. Now, if the fear is still there, the next antidote for fear that Dr. King points us to is courage. Now, he's not talking about the kind of courage that would have you just race off with no forethought or recklessly into a dangerous situation, the kind of courage that is often portrayed in movies and novels. He's talking about the kind of courage that is a supreme virtue. the kind of courage that lets us act in spite of those things that might threaten our very existence or even our beingness. Of this kind of courage, Dr. King writes, "These forces that threaten to negate life must be challenged by courage, which is the power of life to affirm itself in spite of life's ambiguities. This requires the exercise of a creative will that enables us to hew a stone of hope from a mountain of despair." He's talking about an intelligent courage or a well-informed courage, the kind of courage that knows what is worthy, the kind of courage that knows what is worthy of being affirmed and that affirms us so that we can act in spite of the fear. Now, how do we build this courage? Again, Dr. King doesn't tell us how. I learned in studying this sermon that Dr. King was great at telling us what to do, so we need to apply it into our teaching to try to figure out how we can do it for us. How can we build courage? One way we can do it is we can look at that term that King used, creative will, and apply it in the sense that will does not mean forcing something. Will is not a strong will, just go, go, go. No, for us, where we teach that we are co-creators with the Spirit, that we have creative powers, creative will means to declare a thing as so. So we can be courageous or build our courage by declaring that we are courageous. Next, we can build our courage by being courageous. I know that sounds a little ridiculous, but if you think about it, courage is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. If we can find just a little bit of courage to start a thing, we will have the courage to finish the thing. If we can find a little bit of courage today, we will have more courage tomorrow. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along." The next antidote to fear or to overcome fear is love. And here Dr. King wastes no time. He goes right away to the heart of the matter. Hate is rooted in fear, and the only cure for fear, hate, is love. And he explains that those things that outpicture as hate really start as fear. For instance, he says, look at international conflicts and wars. It looks like one nation attacks another nation because we hate them, but it's really fear. It's one nation fearing that another nation is superior, that they have a stronger army, that they have a more powerful, robust economy, that they have superior technology and science. And because of this fear, we hate, and because we hate, we have conflict and war. He next applies this to racial injustices, explaining that what is really underlying that hatred is fear. White people fear losing their privilege. White people are afraid that if black people gain full equality and justice, that they will use it to seek retribution and retaliation against white people. It is that fear that leads to the hate that perpetuates the continuing racial injustices. So we need to take a look at that. Next, he applies this to our own personal anxieties, our feelings of inferiority, our lack of confidence, the fact that we envy other people. All of these are rooted in fear. Fear that other people are superior to us, our fear of failure, our fear that those people that we respect and admire might somehow disapprove of us. Love is the only force that can overcome all these fears. In fact, his entire sermon is based on the passage in 1 John chapter 4. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear is tormenting. And because King knows this, he writes, hatred and bitterness can never cure the disease of fear. Only love can do that. Hatred paralyzes life. Love releases it. Hatred confuses life. Love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life. Love illumines it. We very often hear that God is love and love is God, that the two are synonymous. There is no fear or hatred in God. So there is no fear or hatred in love. When we learn to see other people as God sees them, it'll be impossible for us to fear them. It'll be impossible for us to hate them. And when we love those who fear and hate us, that love is transformative. That love not only affects our own souls and our own actions in regards to them, but it affects them. It's like this invisible, magical power, like the transmission of radio waves or chemical signals between trees. We don't see it at work, but it works. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, put it this way: love overcomes both hate and fear. However, love does not overcome hate and fear through controversy, argument, or force, but by a subtle power of transformation, transmutation, and sublimation. It is invisible in its essence, but apparent through its act. Love overcomes fear and therefore overcomes hate. Next, and finally, of course, Dr. King says if we want to overcome fear, we must have faith. He writes, a common source of fear is an awareness of deficient resources and of a consequent inadequacy for life. All too many people attempt to face the tensions of life with inadequate spiritual resources. We attempt to confront fear without faith. Now, what kind of faith is he talking about? He's talking about the kind of faith where we know that God loves us, God cares, and we are not alone. The kind of faith that gives us the inner resources we need to carry on in spite of the fear. Here, Dr. King tells the story of a particularly difficult week. It was during the Montgomery bus boycott. He had been imprisoned. He had received numerous threatening phone calls, but he had to give a speech to a large crowd. And despite feeling internally depressed and full of fear, he got up there and he spoke, trying to convey strength and courage. But there was at least one woman in the crowd who could see right through it. An elderly woman that they all affectionately called Mother Pollard. She could tell he's not on his game. So she went up to him afterwards and said, "What's wrong, son? There's something not quite right in your speaking today." He tried to convince her that he was fine, that all was well. She could see right through it. So she asked him, is it that we're not doing enough to support you? Are the white people bothering you? And before he could answer, she said, I done told you we is with you all the way. But even if we ain't with you, God's going to take care of you. And he received that message. He felt that warmth. And he immediately felt better. His faith was renewed. And he writes, since that dreary night in 1956, Mother Pollard has passed on to glory, and I have known very few quiet days. I have been tortured without and tormented within by the raging fires of tribulation. I have been forced to muster what strength and courage I have to withstand howling winds of pain and jostling storms of adversity. But as the years have unfolded, the eloquently simple words of Mother Pollard have come back again and again to give light and peace and guidance to my troubled soul. God's going to take care of you. We need not fear. God's got our back. So how do we acquire this faith? Or if we had it and we lost it, how do we go back and get it? Some of you must have heard the message last week. How do we go back and get those qualities of the divine mind, of strength, peace, serenity, and wisdom? Daily communing with the presence. This is why daily spiritual practice is so critical. That daily meditation and prayer. So when we have fallen out of alignment with those divine qualities of peace and wisdom and strength, we can go back and get them. And have the courage it takes. Have the faith, the inner resources. So I encourage you, the next time fear comes knocking on your door or on the doorway of your mind, don't pretend like it's not there. Don't try to send it away and act like, no fear, no fear, no fear. No. Invite it in. Have a conversation with it. And if the fear is still there after the conversation, take courage. Shower it with love and have faith that God's going to take care of you. That is how we overcome the fear. That is how we carry on despite the fear. Let's pray. I invite our practitioners and ministers to stand and take this prayer into their consciousness. I start with absolute gratitude for and faith in that thing itself, that one life, that one power and presence that at some point declared, willed within itself to express itself. That power and presence that declared there is light and there was light, that declared there is life and there was life, declared that there would be this magnificent cosmos with planets and galaxies and black holes and dark energy, always and always creating and creating and recreating. And so it is. And that one power and presence in that one life that called me forth, that called forth each and every individual within the sound of my voice here today or at some distant moment in the future. And I know that it called us forth because it has need of us to know itself. Some wise sage years and years ago said, we are star's way of knowing itself. Think about that. We are star's way of knowing stars. There's beauty in that, and there's peace in that. There's creativity and gratitude in that. And being aligned with those qualities and those truths, we are courageous. We are sourced from within. We are sourced by those stars, by that sun, by Mother Earth, by water and air, by the divine itself that is even closer to our being than our own heartbeat. And in that, we have faith. Faith to get us through the fear. Faith that would have us affirm ourselves and others in spite of our fears. How good it is to know this. And so I give thanks. And I let it go, and I let it be, and so it is. Now is time for our sacred giving, a time when we get to share our gifts with each other, with our community, to make all that we do possible. In a way, our gifts acknowledge and say thank you to our community ancestors who made this possible for us. It's a sign of faith in those that are with us today, and it's a welcome for those who are on their way. I invite our ushers to come forward in a moment. They'll pass baskets to collect your gifts. You can also give online at cslportland.org and just click on the Donate tab. You will also find in this part of your Sunday program, this white folded sheet, a QR code and information for text to give if you would rather give that way. I invite you now to bless our gifts as call and response. I bless these sacred gifts. Giving graciously with love. These gifts bless, heal, and prosper all that they touch. In giving, I'm grateful to be richly, lavishly, and abundantly blessed. And so it is. Thank you.
What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed what the wind always fill up my sail? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where fools and dreamers dare to never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dreamed? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, there are miracles in you and me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? To that voice of fear, would the voice of courage whisper in my ear? Oh, if I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where fools and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. If you are going through any kind of challenge, or you would like to build up your courage or your faith, a few of our licensed prayer partners will be here in front of the platform, and you can have a short affirmative prayer with them. For those joining us in our virtual space, there's a link in the chat, and you can click on that, and it will take you to a Zoom room where you'll be greeted by a volunteer host who will then place you in a private breakout room, and you can have prayer with the licensed practitioner that way. You can also fill out a prayer request card anytime at cslportland.org, or in the back of the sanctuary, there are some prayer request cards. You can fill those out, drop them in the box. Your prayer requests are shared with our prayer team, which is all of our practitioners and ministers, and it is our honor to hold you in prayer throughout the week. I invite you now to stand as you are able, and if you would like to, for our call and response benediction. Something wonderful is flowing through me right now. Something wonderful is flowing through me right now. It is courage. It is courage. It is love. It is love. It is faith. It is faith. I think it. I think it. I believe it. I believe it. I accept it. I am it. In all my magnificent glory. And so it is. Know with me in this week, and this goes to everyone, and I say this, I feel called to say this especially for all those folks who listen to our podcast and listen to our service who are incarcerated. We receive so many letters letting us know what this community and this teaching means to them. So special message for them. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are worthy. You are loved. And we love you. And so it is.
On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, you and we all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let there be peace on earth. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.